Hello folks, welcome back to Grenade Mentality Work. Three, two, one. Try it again. 3, 2, 1. Hello folks, and welcome back to Grenade Mentality Works. If I can keep from getting my merds wicked up, I'll be able to tell you what I'm about to attempt here. I have a Ford 1220 little compact tractor. It's a little bit more than a garden tractor, about twice the size of one. And I got a problem. I put tillers, I put simple hitches on it, whatever, and this swings so wildly from side to side, and if I'm on a hill or anything or trying to make a turn, it'll come up and it will actually hit the ribs on the tires. So I would have to put spacers on the tires to bring them out further, because their wheels are turned around, give me the best stability. But that isn't always the best thing to do. I don't want to set spacers on it, and I want to be able to control this swing. I mean, that's a real swinger. So I need to hold it right about here while I'm working. What can I do in order to keep it from swinging? Well, supposedly I can use these little turnbuckles, which are bent and all cross-threaded up. I can try and repair those and get them to work. I don't believe that is going to do the job, because, well, the geometry to me says that as this goes higher, it's going to start working tighter on the turnbuckles there. And everything I've always seen in order to help stop all this wild swinging has been a chain crossed on the lifting bars, and that works extremely well, and it has for the century or so that we've been using tractors, over a century. Problem is, I got this now, understand, I just put this thing on. I had taken it off, and I put it on so you'd know where it was located. Now this is a drawbar hitch, and it's a straight drawbar. It's in the way in order to put a cross brace of chains on it. So if I'm going to use a 3-point hitch and put chains on it, I take that off. There's 4 bolts on the bottom. 4 bolts on the bottom, 2 on the back. None of them go into the transfer case itself, or differential, or whatever you want to call it. They're a blind hole, so that means that they are plugged on the bottom. And I'll run these down with the impact and just snug them so I don't lose the bolts. Anytime I take off an attachment or something, I want to either put the bolts back in the machine or keep them with the attachment. And because there's really no place I can I'd have to put nuts on them and stuff to put these bolts on. I want to stop any dirt from packing in those holes too, so if I want to put this on later, it's fairly simple to do and not a bunch of work and cleaning. So let's get rid of that. Hopefully it won't become a leaker. Anyhow, running those bolts down, now I got it free. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to take off the turnbuckles, because I'm hoping to use those again. I'll use them in the middle of the chain, or at the end of the chain out here where it's easier to adjust them, and put an anchor back there for the chain. I'm going to stop where I'm at right now, just so you know that what I intend on doing, and I'll bring it back whenever I get it mounted. It's really not that interesting. But I'm going to take these eye bolts off. I'm going to take the shackles off the bottom of the tractor, underneath the axles there, where these turnbuckles are attached. And then I'll turn around the eye buckles probably, or drill a hole and mount turnbuckle. It might be easier to leave the turnbuckles back there. They'll be more out of the way, I guess. And where I have my seeds that don't grow, which are extra pins for attachments. By the way, always keep a couple of these anytime you have a attachment that uses them, because if you lose one, you'll have one right there. So whatever size attachment you're using, keep a couple of them right there. You'll be fine. And they call them seeds that don't grow, because if you're plowing or working in the garden, that seed won't grow if you lose it. Okay, well, so much for all the chatter. I'll get busy on this, bring you back maybe midpoint, and we'll see how things are going, or if I came across any more issues. Alright, here we go. I've got this little repair done, or modification done, however you want to look at it. But now I've stabilized the 3-point hitch. Just that cross of chains across in there. And by the way, I'm going to get some heavy eye bolts, get them drilled into here instead of just relying on these little chain links. I have a lighter chain in here than what the rest of it can stand. Now I'll carry an extra piece of it with me. But you got to build a weak link somewhere, and I would rather have the chain break than anything else. Right now, these loops where I had the seeds that don't grow, they're the weak link. So I'm going to get some heavy eye bolt like that, mount it here. It'll be the chain will then be the weak link. We'll bust the chain if it has to, but it's better than busting anything else. And well, I can show you here. If I loosen this, if I loosen it, it'll start traveling to that side. But as you tighten it, it'll bring it right back around to the center. Now I have lock nuts on these, where I can tighten those down and these won't move out of their adjustment. But it does make it a whole lot easier to be able to land a plow, back up a trailer, do whatever you need to do when you can stop this 3-point from swinging. And by the way, if I would have just went to this back eye and picking it up and down and hoping to hold them out instead of pulling them tight in, two things would have happened. It would always put pressure to push this out against this pin, and if it came off, it would immediately fall. Also, the geometry is not right because the lifting arms are mounted way up inside under here. Those turnbuckles are here. So the higher you would lift it, the tighter it would pull. Lower it would pull, which would mean it would try and pop off the studs here and put pressure on those pins. Now, those pins are not supposed to be used that way. They're supposed to just keep it from sliding off. So I can adjust these things up a little bit tighter. I don't mind a little bit of slack in it. If I have a little bit of slack, you know, it's like allowing a little play in something where it won't get such a shock or have so much tension that it tries to break. The next jet's about to come overhead. The flight path is right over our house today. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. You saw how I tackled the problem and what I did to fix it. You could probably give me a couple of suggestions for those that do know how to do this a little bit better. I think I'm going to have to run with it as it is. I can see there might be an issue with having the PTO here and raising it. That'll have to be have to be addressed later. Who knows? May have to move those bolts forward or something in order to try and keep away from the PTO shaft. All right, tally ho. It's been a fun time. I enjoyed working on it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And this is Pappy with Grenade Mentality Works, signing off.